free, leave your kids at home. Leave your kids at home. Do your two-step, get your groove on. This is feel good music, you can move on. Relax, stress free, leave your kids at home. Leave your kids at home.
Look, everybody, here we are.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yes, we got Nurse Kim with us in the building. We got to bring her in the right way. You know, she's my ride or die. We bring her in the right way. Here we am on the Cam with the fam. That's how we say it, man. It is a Tuesday. It is once again time for the Keto Cookout. If you want to join us on the stream, we got a link there for you. You can come on in, say hey, share a story, tell a joke, make fun of me, whatever you want. We have fun here. We like to laugh. Let folks kind of wander into the room. So we got King Quacker. He's
Rick.
in the building, hated by
Rick.
ducks and waterfowl everywhere. That is my man, Sergeant Mopar. Rick, good to see you, brother. As always, Bruce is here. I think we missed you last week. Bruce. Had something going on there. But it's look who's here. It's Carrie. We love Carrie.
We were just doing another live about 10 minutes ago.
Yes, it's good to see you, Carrie. Don't be a stranger.
That's
Come
right.
on and check me out every once in a while. And come on the stream with us every once in a while. The link is in the chat. And it's good to know you're doing all right. I see you on the book club on Sundays. I see you on there pontificating. I love it.
Being nerdy.
Yes, that's our girl. Susan is here. Hey,
Susan.
Yes. So what's new? You know, it's been a while. I don't think the last stream we did together was before I went to Texas, right?
Yep, I believe it was.
Yeah, good grief. That was like a month ago. That was like 1st of June.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Of course, I've talked to you since then, of course.
Yeah.
I was talking to you when I was there. You know, but still, it's been a month.
Play-by-play.
Yeah. Like, guess who I ran into in the lobby?
I loved it.
Yeah. So, man, but it's been a month since we've been on the stream. Good grief, that is crazy.
Yes, it has flown. The month of June has just flown.
Yes. So let's try to catch up. Tell me about your month of June. Anything interesting, fun, new, exciting?
Well, I did. I was interviewed on Dave Mack's show, and that was awesome.
Yes, I have to check that out. Both you and my sister Laura were on there. I got to check you guys' interviews out. I'm going to do that for sure.
And Carrie and Lynn and Charlie.
Oh,
yeah. Darth Carnivore.
Yes, I think he is here with us. May the fat be with you, my buddy. Good to see you.
So it's awesome. Dave Mack's he's just top notch. We love him.
Yes, love Dave. Dave is man, listen. Dave shut the Keto Cookout down. If you can find the episode of Dave when he was on the Keto Cookout, I don't know when it was exactly. It was I don't know. It was a few months ago. It was when me, Adam, and Alia were doing the show. And it was one of the classic moments of the Keto Cookout when we asked him I think Adam was doing questions and asked him what the weirdest thing he ever ate was. And he gave an answer that just basically the show came to a grinding halt. We all just lost it. It was hilarious.
I don't know if I want to know what that was.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen. It's going to be like a treasure hunt. You got to go back, look on my channel, go back through the archives. And I tell you, at that time, Adam was real good with the technicals and stuff. So the episode that Dave Mack was on, his picture is actually in the thumbnail. So you don't have, it's like one of our early episodes. That hard to find. Yeah, so it won't be that hard to find. Just look for Dave Mack's picture on the thumbnail and watch that episode and rerun the episode. It was a great episode, period. Dave is great, and we all just had a lot of fun. But man, when we got to the part where he asked him what the weirdest thing he ever ate was while doing carnivore. And yeah, it was one for the ages. If we ever do a best of, maybe, that's interesting. Maybe that could be interesting. Maybe one day when I really feel ambitious, I'll go back through all the shows and find just the stupidest, craziest cuts and do like a best of, all the goofy things that we've done and said over the years, and over the I guess it's been about a year since.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been about a year, right?
Yeah, and just link those together on a video. That would probably be funny. We could run that maybe on times when it's when we're on vacation or something. So Keto Cookout.
Well,
So all right. So I interrupt you. So you're interviewed by Dave Mack. Anything else?
So I was interviewed by Dave. Let's see here. I decided not to go on vacation because that was the most fiscally responsible thing I could do. Just I don't know. It's like every year I just want to go so bad. And then you go down there and you stay for a week and then you get back and you're like, womp womp. It's just kind of a letdown altogether. So I'm like, I can enjoy myself here at home. And also I can buy this gazebo I've been wanting from Sam's Club. So my husband put it together for me. Poor thing. I think he just about broke his back doing it. Because it's like one of the big wooden ones with the metal top. And I mean, he did a fabulous job, but he's he's a little out of commission right now, I think, because of it.
Yeah, man down.
Yeah, and I feel really bad, but it's beautiful, y'all. It is so beautiful. I'm gonna have to do a little video of it.
You gotta have to grill out there. Put the grill in there, man, and make some steaks out there.
So he said also I could get a Blackstone grill, and I've been wanting one of those. So not that I have to ask him for permission, but it just feels good to have his.
Yeah, sounds like you do. Sounds like.
I like to consider. Listen, I like to consider my husband in all things. But so Darth just pointed out the obvious. I also have over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Look at that.
So yeah. And I've got a really good community going, and hardly anybody ever says anything really nasty to me. Somebody said something kind of a little rude the other day, but it was about this show actually.
Oh Lord, what did they say?
They said they were so many minutes in, I can't remember exactly how many, and all we do is talk about nothing. And I'm like, okay,
that's
bro.
Exactly right.
Maybe this show is not for you. I mean, like, love ya.
Hey, listen.
Maybe this show is not for you.
Listen, that's exactly what the show's about. It's about nothing.
I mean, I thought he was pretty dead on with his description. I couldn't fault him for that,
You clearly don't know who we are. Let's be honest. You must not know about me. You must not know about me.
I think he got mad though because he was expecting. He probably has watched a book club or two. I don't know. I don't know where he came from. I'm glad to have him. But he's probably watched a book club or two, and he's probably expecting like some serious nerddom going on, and then he walks into the cookout, and
Yes, listen, that is exactly what we're here for. This is a social club.
Yeah,
we're here to talk about. There's so many places. I mean, you can get information overload, especially if you've been doing this for a long time and you kind of know a lot about a lot of different things. But, we talk about whatever comes up. If somebody brings up a subject or has a question or comes into the stream and wants to talk about it, we kind of go where the wind blows. But it's mostly just a hangout, social club, just a casual vibe, and it's just it's a fun stream. So if you want to learn something, this is not the place. You're gonna learn absolutely nothing here.
But this is where the community is. The community gets together. We do it on the cookout, right?
Right. It's like you don't go to a cookout with a library book. I mean, this is
Right.
not the Keto Institute for Higher Learning. This is the Keto Cookout, man. You
That's
come
right.
in, hang out, crack a few jokes, get a plate, and then move along, man. So, but no, it's again, I get it. Some people want hard hitting information, man. There's 1,000 places. Go get
Mhm.
it. Again, like I said, if you do have a question or something, we talk about all kind of stuff. Good grief! When Laura was here last week, she's like the encyclopedia. She's like encyclopedia ketonica, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
so he was talking about all kind of stuff, and then Scott was in talking about, because he had a liver problem and he was getting help with that, and so we did he would have been proud of us last week. We did a lot of information.
this was the episode where we had the ladies from Orlando on. Well, I know they're
Yeah,
both not
yeah,
both from
yeah, yeah,
Orlando.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Keto Orlando, Erica
Yeah,
and Judy.
yeah.
Hmm.
So we had them on, and I think we just cut up a little bit too much for him. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. There's no such thing on this channel as cutting up too much. No, no doubt about it. Shout out to my man K Hill. Good to see you, brother. He's in here. Let me see if I missed anybody else. But yeah, man, we like to have fun here, and I enjoy the learning streams too from time to time. But I mostly like to cut up and just
You
have a
can
good
get
time.
oversaturated with it
Yeah,
real quick, though.
yeah,
I have to back off and just bounce around, go over to TikTok or something here and there.
yeah. So what's everybody eating this week? This week I made some picanha, and I made some a little bit of ribeye and scrambled eggs, and I actually had some waffle bread. I made some waffle bread and had some cold cuts. So over the past week, that's pretty much what I've been doing. So if I got something interesting that you're smacking your lips on, you can put it in the chat. Something good. Let me guess. Nurse Kim, ribeye all the way.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, actually, I did have a chicken day yesterday, all day
Oh,
long. Well, first of all, I didn't have any ribeye thawed out, and secondly, I was at work, so I
yeah.
ate 4 of these little grilled, chicken tenders, because that's basically all they have that's worth eating. And I forgot my food, so ate that, and it was pretty good. It was decent. And then I got home and I was wanting to make some homemade chicken nuggets. So I made some homemade chicken nuggets out of some chicken thighs, and they were delicious. Had my kids eating them and everything.
Yeah.
So it was a
Yeah,
chicken
I
day.
love that. Yeah, I love that. I had a little bit of lamb left over. I finished my leg of lamb like Saturday. That's
I ate
Saturday
ribeye
here.
today though.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a sale. I went and got man, they had choice cut bone-in ribeyes, $8.99 a pound. For I guess like a pre-4th of July. And man, I backed the truck up. I mean, that's a great price even for select ribeye, let alone choice ribeye.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I saw that, I went in there, and I got them a couple of times actually. I went in like 2 different times, and I go there, and I know they kind of see me coming because I'm in there and I'm sorting through looking for the best ones. I'm not just grabbing. It's interesting to me. I see it all the time when I go into the stores. Like people walk in and just grab, a pack of steaks. Like they barely even look at them. It's
Mhm.
like to them, I guess it's all the same. And I can't really say too much about it because I kind of used to do that too. Like I would just go in there and I didn't really know what I was looking for.
Well,
So yeah, it's just a little
I
different now.
I feel like they look at me and think, "Why did you pick that one with all that fat on it?"
Right. Yeah,
Because
you're
I'm like
probably right about
comparing.
that.
I want the most marbled, and then I want the one that
Yeah.
with the most fat around it. And if
Yes.
it has a big old piece of fat in the middle, that's the one.
Yes. No, I look for the marble cuts, and I'll tell you, I reach up in the back too. I don't like, when they got the meat out there, I take those out, I look through those, then I'll sit those to the side and I'll reach up in the back and pull what's down. It's like I survey the entire
Yeah.
meat kingdom, and I select the best,
I
the
went
best ones I
to
can get.
I went to Sam's Club last week and I told the guy, I said, I want to buy a rib roast. I want to cut my own ribeye because I do that a lot. So that way I can cut like really thin ones and then medium, and then I can cook some or cut some thick ones and just mix it up, and I feel like I get
Yeah.
a better value for my money. But then I asked him also, like he was giving me little lessons on which cuts would be best for jerky and, just different things. I made a friend basically with the meat guy at Sam's Club.
Yeah.
And I even took his name down and I'm like, next time I'm gonna call him by name, and that way I can like really get in there good with him. But I asked him, I said, do you have any like fat back there, fat scraps? And he was like, oh yeah, we're cutting ribeyes right now. And I was like, okay, can I have some? And he went and got me this tray. I mean, it's gigantic. Like it's one of those really long trays and it's just heaped full. He said, now if they try to charge you at the front, just tell them that Jake gave that to you and it's just scraps. I'm like, okay, I can't wait to
Listen,
get on with
now,
this.
see, I just want that, folks. I want you to just take this in. Now, what other channel can you go to and see someone so excited about meat scraps? Okay, where else can you get that? This is right here, baby. This is the Keto Cookout. This woman has pure joy in her heart. You can see the joy just oozing from her pores.
I'm just thinking
meat
about it
scraps
right
at Sam's
now.
Club.
Y'all lucky I showed up. I could be over there cooking some.
Yes, this woman has joy. She gets joy when she thinks about meat scraps from Sam's Club. I love that. Making friends. She's using sinister methods to make friends, cozying up to the butchers.
Hey.
Exactly. I don't want to know what you had to do to get them meat scraps.
Was it Jake? Jake it was? No, Jake's like 25, okay? He is.
Listen, hey, look.
Probably thinks
you see
Grandma come in here and got some meat scraps earlier.
Listen, if you see Nurse Kim going into Sam's Club dressed like she's going to a Luther Vandross concert, you just know she's trying to get them meat scraps, family. She's trying to get.
Oh Lordy!
Oh, I love that, man. I've heard mixed reviews about that. I've had friends of mine tell me that places will not give them to them. They have to, like, they can't find them. I've had several people, even in my local area, they're like, I went in there trying to ask for meat scraps and they said no, or they said, well, we use them to make sausage, or we use them for this or that or the other.
They
I'm
probably
guessing,
get tired of people asking.
well, I mean, I guess, but it's like, I'm guessing there may be some liability there too. If they give you that stuff and God forbid you got sick or something, and then you came back and tried to blame them. Oh, they gave me these meat scraps and they made me sick, then
Gave
it's
me a
like,
heart attack.
Right. Yeah. So then they're like, yeah, you messed it up for everybody. So, Nancy's here. Good to see you, Nan. Good to see you. But yes, so yeah, I don't, I listen, I made some picanha, and I'll tell you, the keto, the carnivore community, man, they'd have been burning me in effigy because I cut off a lot of the fat, and I got rid of it because it's just sometimes there's too much of a good thing. Yes, there was a lot of
Did you save it for later at least?
No, I did not. No, I did not, because I'm not advanced like that. You can ask. I will probably maybe get a picture of them and maybe show it. Okay. Yeah. Have you ever got a picanha? Have you ever seen one or gotten one
I've
from the
never
grocery
had
store?
one.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I don't even really know what it is.
Oh, it's listen. Okay, I'm gonna tell a little story, and I've told the story a couple of times, but I don't think we haven't been on for a month. So, shout out to my girl Christy at Meeting Wellness. She was on a stream weeks ago, before it even went to KetoCon. And she was talking, and it was on with, I'm pretty sure it was on with Larry, Carnivore Soldier. And they were talking about their favorite cuts of meat. And she said, my favorite cut of meat is picanha. And I thought to myself, now, Christy's half a weirdo anyway. Love you, sis. But she's kind of, she's odd. So, it's all the kids. She teaches kids, man. Being around them kids all day and stuff. Like, you gotta be a little odd to want to be around kids all day. So I'm teasing. I love her to death. She knows this. So I'm like, and I never had it. So I'm thinking, what in the world? There is no way on this planet that could possibly be better than a ribeye. There's just no way. So, but I never had it. So I'm like, okay, I tucked it away. Now, picanha has a couple of different names. I found this out later. It's called top sirloin cap, and it's also called culotte, Coullotte. It's all the same thing. And there's only a couple stores that have it. Costco does have it. I was in Costco last week and saw it, even though they didn't advertise it on the website for some reason, where I normally get my groceries delivered for some reason. But it's a triangular shape of meat, and it's got a huge fat cap on the top of it. And they serve it in Brazilian steakhouses a lot. Picanha actually is a Brazilian word, I believe. So, but I learned it was also called top sirloin cap and culotte. So when I went to that Brazilian steakhouse in Texas, and it was the first time I ever had picanha, and it was wonderful. I mean, it was really good. Now, I wouldn't say it was, at the time, I wouldn't have ranked it quite with the ribeye. It was a little different, but it was wonderful. It was really good. So I'm like, when I get home, I'm going to get some and try it. And I got home and made my first picanha the week after I got back, and it was also wonderful, wonderful. And the batch that I'm eating now is great. So I can kind of see where now, after I've eaten some and kind of been around a bit, I can kind of see where somebody might really like it because it is good. But it has a huge, super thick fat cap on it, kind of like a brisket. And so I took a picture of it and sent it to my man Brett, who's your carnivore, when I was making it. And you can see there's still a ton of fat on it. I mean, but it's just, my gosh, it's so much. And I'm not going to eat all that. The first time I made it, because what I do is I cut it up into steaks. It's like a kind of a big slab, and I cut it into steaks. And it's not very expensive. Around here, it's $7.50 a pound. It's
So,
not.
Is it the same thing as just something that says top sirloin steak?
No, it's the top sirloin cap.
Okay.
It's close, but it's not that. The top sirloin is I guess down deeper in. The cap is the part that has all the fat on it. So you find, and again, it's always triangle shaped. Like if you go in the store and look for it, it's always triangle shaped. And it has a big, depending on what side, whether it's face up or face down, you'll see the big fat cap or you'll see the meat on the other side. So what I do is I just took it up, I squared it up, and then I just cut 5 or 6 steaks out of it. And they look like New York strips when you cut them like that. It just has the fat on all down the one side, and it's marbled well in the meat, but the fat is just down the one side of it, like a New York strip.
I've been having some of those lately, a lot of New York strips lately.
Yeah,
And
they're
honestly,
good too.
I don't notice, I mean, it may be I'm not like super, my palate is not super developed.
Yeah,
But,
I was talking about that last week. You've
I'm
been
the
cracking up.
person.
Go
Huh?
ahead. I said, you'd
I'm
have
the
been cracking up last week because I said the same thing. I said, my palate is not refined. I said, what's the opposite of a refined palate? A retarded palate?
Undeveloped.
An ignorant
You have
palate?
an undeveloped palate.
I have
Like
an ignorant palate.
I'm the person that liked my steak well done until I met my husband, and thank goodness he got me out of that. But I think ribeye and New York strip taste pretty similar.
They're actually very close to each other on the cow. I've been learning about that stuff too, like where all the steaks, what location, and the sirloin. I mean, the if I remember right, it's the New York strip is right next to the ribeye section, so it's not quite as fatty, but
In the
it's like,
grocery store, it is.
yeah, yeah, on the cow it
The
is
New York
too.
strip section is right beside the ribeye section.
Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. I think I'm gonna have
Our
to drop
girl
to. I
Renee.
think I'm gonna have to drop to one knee and weep. I cannot believe it. Nene is in the building. Listen,
I was just
I
thinking of
gotta,
her today.
I got to bring my girl back in here. Listen, man, I miss me some Nene. She's been
Me too.
underground. She was kidnapped by a roving band of vegetarians family,
Yeah.
and they fed her arugula and bok choy, but she was able to get free because she was so much stronger than them. And
You need to give her a big old hug, Russ.
yes, I miss my Nene. She is back. Yes, I guess she had a hip. She was on a stream talking about a hip. I guess she had a hip replacement maybe or something. I told her, you just rub some bacon grease on that thing, baby. You'll be twerking in no time. Don't you worry about it. You'll be back in the club twerking it. Picanha is just under the high, just forward of the rump. There you go.
Okay. Thank you,
He
Bruce.
sounds like a man that knows his way around.
Knows his way around the cow.
Yeah, but yeah, the reason I started investigating this is because I thought about going in with some people and like getting a quarter cow or something like that. But the problem with that is the only thing I really ate was ribeye, New York strip, and ground beef. So all these other cuts that they do, I've never had them. I don't know what they are or if they're any good. So I decided I was going to start digging a little deeper. And I got some skirt steak, I got some picanha, I got some other cuts. And I'm like, let me try some of these because my buddy was like, well, just take the ribeyes and the strips and just tell them to grind everything else up into ground beef. And I'm like, well, yeah, but we're paying like $11 a pound for this thing. It's like I can get ground beef for $4 a pound. So it's like that's a good price for the steaks. $11 a pound. It's not bad, not terrible, but not for 150 pounds of ground beef. It ain't.
Yeah, I think that's the truth.
So that's when I started looking at these other cuts and trying to figure out, okay, how do you cook them? How tender are they? And so I've been tinkering around with some stuff, and I'm kind of really liking some of it. But I love picanha. Picanha now is a staple, and it's cheaper. That's the other thing too. It's only $7.50 a pound. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's you have to check it out. I'm going to make a video on it one day. Brett was like, "Why don't you make a video?" I'm like, "Because I have to get my stuff together. I have to get it. I have to get it right before I make a video because that insurance working out whatever." It ain't the hip.
See, I wanted mine to twerk, but it doesn't work like that.
It ain't the hip, mama. It's you. And the twerk is just a tool in the tool belt. You get it wearing the belt. That's great. She told me to get out that day. Yes, I need you to help me up, Nene. I was down on one knee weeping, but I need you to help me up. Oh no, it is good to see you. Glad you're she's in a roving band of evil surgeons. Look, just because you was on your back in the hospital doesn't mean you can't kick on the YouTube now. I don't want to hear all that.
I bet she was giving them hell in there too. about the unnecessary antibiotics. Not that they're truly unnecessary. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, if you have any questions for me and Nurse Kim, you can throw them in there. Of course, if you want to pop in the stream, you can. We have a link in the chat. I am doing some new things. I guess I'll talk about them.
Okay, tell us.
Briefly. I have gotten off of coffee.
Oh.
Not for any particular reason. Now, that's really not the news. The news is more that I am not getting off of coffee basically gets me off of cream because that's what I was really I was putting a couple of drops of coffee in with my heavy cream. So, just, and I'll tell you what spawned it. Oh, look, there's Samantha's here. Doc V, my man.
Hello.
Good to see
How
you,
are
brother.
you
Good to
today?
see you. Yeah. So anyway, so the other day, well, no, it's more than that. It's probably a week or
Hi,
2 weeks
Bruce.
ago now. And I decided to make some tea. I have like a coffee maker, tea maker. And I decided to make some tea. Hadn't had any tea for a while. And it was wonderful. And yeah, I see Bruce is out of here. Bruce is checking it out. Bruce has got his fuzzy pajamas on, and he's got his bedtime story ready, and he's ready to knock it out. Okay, sleep tight, brother. Appreciate you, man. So I decided I made some tea, and it was wonderful. And so I decided, I said, you know what? Instead of making iced coffee every day, I'm going to make tea for a while. So I popped on the internet, of course, and looked up the different teas. You got black tea, green tea. And so I actually got some green tea. It was on sale, buy one, get one free. So I bought some green tea and I had some black tea in there. So how many folks out there drink tea? If you drink tea, green tea or regular tea or any of that, did you always do that? Did you just start doing that? Did you have some effects? I'm interested in what people think about tea.
I've drank
Laura's
tea
somewhere.
for years.
There's somewhere I just know Laura's out there. There's poison in the tea.
Yeah.
I just know she's out there in the ether somewhere. Said, "Don't drink that tea, Russ. Don't drink that tea."
Well, I've drank tea for years, but my people are from England. So it's a family thing. We drink it. We usually put milk in it. I don't drink milk anymore, so I just put a little bit of maybe some coconut milk. I did put heavy cream, but I can't do that anymore. But I'm not even once again, I'm quite uncultured about it. I like the Lipton tea bags, just the regular old Lipton.
Yeah.
It's like the stuff that they probably sweep off the floor after they fix all the good teas, That's my favorite.
Listen, me too. Like I get the bags. I have a Ninja hot cold, tea and coffee maker, and it's pretty awesome. And I just take 4 bags and I put it up, set it to like steep longer, and I just do the tea, and then I have some ice. And I switched. I had some allulose. I've switched over to monk fruit extract that I like. Dissolves well, and I don't use a lot. I don't like it super sweet.
Yeah.
But just a slight essence of sweetness. And so I've been doing that, and we'll see how it goes. And then for the last few days, I've been drinking green tea. And it's a little different flavor. It's supposed to be better for you, but who knows what to believe when it comes to all that stuff. It's got all these what do they call them, flavonoids or something that are in tea that are supposed to be good for you. I don't know. It sounds like a bunch of bull junk to me.
I just drink it because I like the taste of it. And
me too.
I've really gotten away from, even now with my iced tea, I've tried to get away from putting artificial sweetener in things so much. So I've gotten to where I can drink an unsweetened tea, I go to McDonald's and get their unsweetened tea, and I can just drink it like that. So
yeah, I'm not quite there yet.
hey, Russ, I have to plug in real quick. So I'm talking.
I came down for a minute, but I'm not quite there yet. But again, I don't like it super sweet. I just like to take a little bit of the edge off. It's just got a slight little bitterness to it, when you make it. So I'm not making diabetes tea, no shot. But even when I was drinking regular sweet tea back then, I didn't like it super sweet either, man. You go some places, man, you can put that iced tea on your pancakes. I mean, it was ridiculous how sweet a lot of it was.
McDonald's is like that when you get there.
I don't like that. But I understand. I've heard, because I've had it's funny because one time I said that to a lady. I'm like, this tea is so sweet. I'm telling you, I could put it on my pancakes. She started laughing. She said, man, she said, we have to do it that way because people complain. She's like, if the tea is not sweet enough, people complain and they bring it back and they're like, we don't like it. This tea is terrible. And she's like, so yeah, we have to make it that way. Otherwise, people complain about it. I'm like, not me. A lot of times I'll order, like a half and half or something. I'll say, hey, put half tea and half sweet tea in there, because it's just utterly ridiculous. So yeah, we're trying that for a while. We'll see. It really is more so off of the heavy cream. I use heavy cream a little bit on my scrambled eggs, and I use a little bit of heavy cream when I make my waffle bread. But other than that, yeah, it probably cuts my dairy intake in half because I don't eat a ton of dairy. I really don't like cheese that much. I do like cream cheese a little bit, but like the shredded cheeses and stuff, I really don't like them very much. And butter, I guess that's dairy. I get a little bit of that, not as much as you might think. But I do like sour cream. I really like sour cream in my ground beef. But again, I only have ground beef probably once, maybe twice a month. So yeah, I was drinking, I was getting dairy every day with the heavy cream. So yeah, that cuts that down.
All the dairy that I like, pretty much the liquid dairy and the sour cream and the cream cheese, I can't eat anymore because I react to it. So,
man, when I first started doing this last year, I could eat cream cheese like a Snickers bar. I mean, I'm serious. I could eat like a half a block of cream cheese, easy peasy.
Oh,
I would snack. Yeah, I would snack on it. I don't anymore. I haven't bought cream cheese in months. But it's just like, over time and that's what we always talk about. It's just over time getting better, just changing things. And, it's funny how over time you lose a taste for certain things. And that's why, like I said, I'll never say never in terms of what I'll eat or don't eat or that kind of stuff, because I think about when I started. I mean, I used to eat lettuce and tomatoes every day, in some way or form. I used to make taco salad a lot. I used to make regular salads. It's just it's crazy when I think about it. Now, I don't eat that stuff anymore. Same with vegetables. I used to eat vegetables routinely when I first started. Don't really do that anymore. I used to season a little bit more with vegetables than I do. I season a lot less. So it's a process, as you go, and you just try new things and, see how you feel, see how you like it. So that's the name of the game. I think it's moving, grooving, steadily improving.
Yeah.
I think that's
like we were just talking about something like that.
I've heard that somewhere. That's the idea. Only half and half. He's on sweet and put the nasty pink. No, you don't want the pink stuff. Yeah, I think pink is saccharin, isn't it? That's the worst.
It was aspartame.
No, that's the blue packets.
Oh.
Equal, NutraSweet. That's aspartame. Yellow is like Sweet and Low, which I think is saccharin.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Then like yellow packets, that's Splenda, that's sucralose.
Yep, you're right. It's saccharin.
Which is the best of the three.
I like it in my tea.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if you Google the side effects of that and like the people that have gotten sick and allegedly had problems, aspartame too. I cannot take aspartame. Aspartame tears me up and I get these terrible headaches. And it took me a while to figure it out. It took me like a year to figure out what was doing it, because I would drink diet drinks or do different things, and I would just my head would just start hurting so bad, and I had some digestive problems and stuff, and I couldn't figure it out. I tried all kinds of different foods and different things, and one day I realized it was the aspartame.
Well, my favorite kind is actually Splenda. But they
Yeah,
say that that's one of
well,
the ones that'll
that's the
raise
best
your.
of those three. Like
You think? I've
according to
heard
Doctor
it's not. I've heard it was one of the worst
Doctor, I'll
because
be
it
going
has
with
like
Doc.
Dex, like has like a real sugar type.
Well, it's not the best. The best. It's the best of those three: saccharin, aspartame, or sucralose.
No.
But even better than that, if you want to use them, is stevia
Ugh.
and allulose and monk fruit extract. You know
Not good.
that
Stevia
those are
is
even.
garbage.
Yeah,
It leaves this aftertaste. It's horrible.
I agree with you on that. Oh, we got somebody at the front. Oh, look, everybody, look who it is.
Hey, Doc.
It is our friend. You can take that comment down for me, kid.
Hello.
It is our friend,
Hello,
Doc
Sikorsky.
B.
Nice to meet you. Hi, Ross.
Nice
Hey,
to
Doc
meet you.
B. Yes, this is my good friend, Dr. Nelson
Okay.
Vasquez, buddy. We were like two peas in a pod in Texas, man. We were inseparable.
No.
Good to see you, man.
So I'm playing a little bit with the lighting here because I'm in a motel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What'd you get kicked out of the house again, Doc? I mean, what's going on, man?
So, no, I do. Sometimes I describe it as the Kelly girls of medicine. I do temporary work, so I'm in an undisclosed location in Florida.
I got you. There you go. Hey, well, for those who don't know, this is Dr. Nelson Vasquez. He's a friend of the show and a friend of mine, and he's a doctor in Florida. He's in the southern central kind of part of Florida, Deltona, right? And he is out there doing the work. Why don't you tell
I
folks a
live in
little bit
Deltona.
about you?
Yes,
Tell the folks a little bit about you, and you have a great story.
yes, and I don't know if any of you have watched the interview with Kerry from Homestead House.
Yeah, you just did one recently with him.
The whole story is there. I'm here. I'm watching you on my computer and listening on the phone. So
Yeah, you got a little delay there.
I have a little delay.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. You can give folks the cliff notes. Everybody, I'm sure didn't see that.
I've been a doctor for almost 40 years. I'm a family physician. So I've been around for a while. You were talking about Splenda. I have a little piece of information. Yes, the pink is saccharine, the blue is NutraSweet. Without knocking anything down, if you're gonna choose between those three, maybe Splenda. However, my wife and I discovered that Splenda spikes her blood sugar the same as sugar, and that's because the brand Splenda, or whenever they make the powder to, so I'm gonna turn this off and go to the computer because this is driving me. Sorry about that.
Delay.
Splenda was spiking her blood sugar, and it's because it has dextrose and it has maltodextrin, and that raises blood sugar sometimes as well. Some people don't like it because you basically have to chlorinate it to make it real. It's made with real sugar, and they add chlorine in 2 or 3 spots to the molecule, and that's sucralose.
Yeah, I remember their old commercial where they said it tastes like sugar because it's made from sugar, and I'm like, what? Is that supposed to entice us when we use it?
For some people, they don't like it because of that, and I understand. And right now, I use allulose
Mm-hmm.
personally. Seems to be one sugar that doesn't have an impact on the sugar or a sugar substitute, but it is plants. Uh, I do, I do drink coffee, so I use it in the coffee. That's it. My
Now
wife prefers a mix of monk fruit and allulose that I buy for
yeah,
her,
yeah.
and
I was only parenting what I heard from Ben Bickman. You can pick a fight with him, but but his book "Why We Get Sick," he says that I can't remember if he said Splenda or sucralose. So I have to just be, but he said it definitely does not raise your blood sugar. But sucralose is Splenda is a brand. Sucralose is the actual product. So they may be doing something to their. You're muted, Doc. You're muted, Doc. You're muted. Yeah.
I was trying to get. I had an echo, and I realized I had two windows open on your channel. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're muted there, but
uh,
you're good now. But go ahead.
yeah, sucralose, maybe liquid, comes by itself.
Yeah,
It's less bad, like some people say. It's not that it's great.
yeah,
It's less bad.
yeah. Oh, I totally agree. I don't use it, but the problem is it's free a lot of places. Like if you go out to a restaurant, you're not going to find allulose or stevia or monk fruit
You
at
have
the
the
table.
pink, you have
That's
the
right.
blue, you have the
That's
yellow,
right.
and sometimes the green, which is stevia.
Yeah.
I don't like the aftertaste.
Yeah, I don't like stevia and it doesn't dissolve very well. I'm not a big fan of stevia, but according to his book, that one also doesn't spike your blood sugar. Um,
Um,
but but I carry a lot with me. Like when I travel and stuff, I carry monk fruit extract and some stevia with me. For that exactly that reason. What were you saying, Kim?
supposedly they all spike your insulin a little anyway.
Well,
Yeah,
seems allulose may not do that. More studies are needed, but seems
Yeah.
yeah,
allulose may not have much of an effect because some of them may not spike your sugar, but they spike your insulin.
Yeah. That's
So
what we learned that
allulose
from
may not
Jason
have
from.
either. But again,
yeah,
like everything,
yeah.
more studies are needed.
Yeah, I get little bits of it. I don't use it a lot, and I don't like stuff super sweet. Now, Dr. Bickman, speaking of Dr. Bickman, has come out recently in the last few months and has said that allulose also has GLP properties. So all these GLP drugs that are coming out, that allulose has some similar characteristics to that. So it actually, in fact, not only does it have better blood sugar and insulin type of for you, but it also has some additional features, I guess, blocking sugar uptakes or I don't know what all that stuff is. You know what the GLPs are, I'm sure, but I'm not that smart. But either way, he's basically said that he really, really feels good about allulose for several different
Have
reasons.
you ever used allulose? Because I
Oh
tried it
yeah,
a couple times and you could literally hear my stomach and intestines growling across the room. It was bad.
yeah. Everybody's different. Everybody's different.
Huh.
I just got rid. I just used the last of it. The reason I don't like it as much is because it takes a lot. Like it's not very sweet. And so if I make a big pot of tea, I feel like I'm putting a 55-gallon drum of allulose in there, and I don't even like my tea sweet. So it's like that's kind of the reason why I got away from it a little bit. But
So
there's blends out there. Go ahead, Doc.
yes, it's not sweet. It's a lot
Yeah,
less than what sugar. But my wife likes the combination of monk fruit and allulose because she's still
yeah,
chasing the sweet taste.
yeah. No, I just have to take the edge
I
off,
use
take the bitter
allulose
off,
in the coffee just to take the
the
coffee. I
bitterness
like
off.
it, but
Yeah,
it's a little bit bitter, right?
yeah, yeah,
So it
yeah.
kind of takes that away. So I don't use a lot, but I put a couple of teaspoons of the allulose. Not everybody responds the same
Yeah,
to
no
any
doubt.
of those. So best choice is nothing.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. I don't put anything in my Fruit Loops. I don't put it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't.
Please,
I'm just kidding.
please, please.
I don't eat Fruit Loops. I can't have the haters. The haters are already circling out there waiting for me to say something. I do not. I've not had Fruit Loops in 20 years. But yeah, no, I don't like super sweet things. Never have. Even when I was in my old life, you wasn't going to get me with cakes and pies and cookies. You got me with potatoes and beans and rice. I would walk right past that chocolate cake, right, and jump headfirst into the mashed potatoes and gravy. That was my thing.
Dr. Bigman is great, by the way. If
Yeah,
allulose,
he's one of my
talking a little
favorites.
bit about allulose. Allulose is almost an identical molecule to fructose.
Yeah,
With a twist. If you remember a little bit biochemistry or chemistry, same molecule, but it has a twist on, literally a twist on the tail. Okay. So when you ingest it, it binds to the receptors that would otherwise be available for fructose, and it tricks the system.
yeah,
So keeps the fructose away. You don't get a blood sugar rise. You may get a blood insulin decrease. Okay. And this is what Dr. Bickman was talking about, having some properties. Because
yeah,
GLPs, they do have a bad rap. I have a bad experience with two major side effects from GLPs. Didn't help me with my blood sugars, didn't help me with losing weight. I was using it because I was diabetic, or I am diabetic, depending on your definition. My A1C is 5.4. But they do a lot of the good things for those patients that don't want to change what they eat.
yeah,
They deal with that every day.
yeah.
I don't want to do that. I have to meet them where they are, right? So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
There's
think
no doubt about it.
I think that a lot of times we're quick to judge because we are willing to change our entire way of life, basically, and we have to realize that not everybody even wants to consider that. Not everybody.
I might be brutally honest with the patient, but then I tell them, listen, my advice is this. You're your own person. I defend patient's choice 100%. Even if they're wrong, I defend their right to choose 100%.
Yeah, and
So
I
I
mean
offer
that's what we're supposed
information.
to do.
If they want to follow, they follow. If not, we need to improve your diabetes anyway. So maybe we need to play with the medication.
Yeah, a lot of these things can be a bridge, to a better choice. This is, like just like a nicotine patch or nicotine gum or different things like that, to use them as a tool, as a springboard to spring you on to the next level, or a stepping stone to get you to the next level.
You're right.
Yeah. So I don't judge folks by, as long as you get there, whatever. Some people take this freeway, some people like to go through the city. But as long as you get to the destination, that is what's important. So now I see what looks like maybe a YouTube channel there, the real Dr. Nelson.
Yes, no videos there yet. If you want to go
Okay.
there and subscribe, hopefully I'll be uploading my interview with Carrie. That was my 1-year anniversary. That'll be my first video. I have a few other things that will be coming up. I'm not here to promote that, but thank you for mentioning it.
That's what this show is for.
Definitely just wanted to say hello because you have invited me a couple of times, so I'm here saying hello.
Absolutely, man. This show it's an open forum. If you got something to plug, if you got something to talk about, something interesting, that's what it's about, man. We support you. Listen, you already know, you and I have had this conversation that you need to get that channel cranked up, man. And we'll just leave it there. But you need to do that. You really, really do. I'm rooting for you.
So I will be in August going to I lost your card. I think I know where it is. I should not say. As a matter of fact, I think it's right there in my backpack
The Keto Orlando, the Hilton.
for the. But I already was too late. I already looked. Everything is sold out except the most basic ticket. So I'm not gonna be able to go to any dinners or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I am going to be in Orlando. I was planning to be in San Diego, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely hook up there, and I'll send you that video too. I'll try to find that video of, if you want to see it, where Dr. Bittman talking about the GLP qualities and the things that he
Okay,
has
I
seen
haven't
in
seen that one
allulose.
yet. I do see a lot of things from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, it was actually somebody was
to-
interviewing him, and he was talking about. They asked him, they're like, "Hey, you recently have been researching allulose and this and that," and he was like, "Yes, I'm very excited about what we're finding out about allulose and the properties." And he kind of went into it a little bit, but it wasn't on his. It was somebody that was interviewing him and asked him about it, and then he expounded on it from there. I'll see if I can find that.
And I should mention I do drink coffee, but I'm pretty strict
Yeah.
with carnivore. Not
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
has to do that. We've talked a little bit about that. Not everybody needs to do the same thing, but
Yeah, listen, a lot of people drink coffee, and Susan says, when I used to drink coffee, I put a dash of pink salt and a teaspoon of butter to help with bitterness.
I like
I know
salt in my
people-
coffee. I always put salt in there.
I know
I
people that
I
use.
have done that too.
Yeah, I know. My friend Christy puts LMNT, the chocolate LMNT, in her coffee, the chocolate flavor, and has kind of a chocolatey, salty taste to it. I don't really like salty drinks. So
Well,
broth and things.
you don't have to make it
Yeah.
very salty,
Salty,
but
but yeah,
sometimes I put a little bit of regular salt and I put no salt. The brand is no salt, but it's potassium.
Yeah.
And then I take my magnesium separately with
Yeah.
I have magnesium oil next to in the bathroom. My wife and I occasionally will get a cramp. Magnesium oil works within 2 minutes at least or better. And she puts it as preventative because she has restless legs. She sleeps a lot better when she put magnesium oil on her legs. So I bought from Amazon half a gallon of magnesium oil because we were running out of the one I had. But we use it every day.
Hey, gentlemen, I'm sorry, but I have got to go. I've had something come up, and
we're about to wrap up. We're about to wrap up here. We have.
I will see you guys. Okay, I have to go. I'm sorry.
Okay, see you,
All right.
Kim. No problem.
Bye.
Yeah, we're going to. We're pretty much at the end here.
I'm gonna say good night. Also,
Yes.
I have to finish some charts from today.
Yeah.
I'm working on.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely, absolutely. You're welcome here anytime. You're a good friend. We appreciate you coming by. And, like I said, anything you got going on, brother, I support it. So we appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right, folks. And now we're down to one. So we're going to wrap up here. As always, I can't thank you enough for coming up, hanging out with us on the Keto Cookout. We just like to have fun. It's all about the community, laughing, enjoying each other's company, and socializing, man. That's what it's all about for us, laughing, learning, living, loving. That's what we do here. We'll be back next week with another edition of the Keto Cookout. You guys be careful out there, be safe, and as always, we will see you on the next one.